welcome to Deep in the Cheese.
And up in the cheddar.
What are you guys all doing out there tonight?
No, I don't know. Let's see. Just chilling. It's Saturday night, isn't it? Saturday? Yeah.
It's a quiet
Yeah,
Saturday.
we're in the studio
night
here.
in
We got the new
December.
studio set up finally. We got the dog just chilling.
The dog is finally relaxed and not
Finally.
driving us crazy.
Finally. She's not gonna stand for any baloney.
Today's episode, we're featuring the Amish Frolic cheese. And if you hang around, you can listen to all the deets about Amish Frolic cheese.
Yes, and we will frolic through and through. Pasteurized curds through and through. True and true.
Bobolink Dairy.
Bobolink Dairy. And as my grandma used to love, Conway Twitty. All right. And I'm from the north. I mean, I have family so far south.
Did she really enjoy? Are you joking?
No, Conway Twitty was like her man. I mean, she was in her 80s when she died years ago, but I mean, that was her man. It's like, ooh.
Conway Twitty, that's
Country, that's...
country music.
Oh, yeah, Conway Twitty.
Right.
She had a brass Tweety bird for Conway Twitty that she got.
You know, old people always get the weirdest things to have around.
Oh.
Like in their cars and
Oh,
stuff.
Nana had...
They don't spend any
grandma,
money, but they got all of the
knickknacks.
craziest knickknacks.
Just all kinds of bric-a-brac.
I call it crap tack.
Yeah, it's bric-a-brac, yeah. All sorts of assorted items. My grandmother, now I'll tell you about Nana, is she had a Yosemite Sam statue on the shelf downstairs in the living room. She had Yosemite Sam.
Yosemite Sam, why?
And it was like a plastic, like, I don't know if it was a piggy bank. It was plastic. It had the hair. It even had little guns. It was like a little, like, Looney Tune thing.
And she had the Tweety bird.
No, that's my other grandma.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of a thing.
Yeah. You were just giving me random craptastic products that your grandparents had.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is.
My grandma had some stuff, but she had she collected porcelain dolls and
Nana collected porcelain chickens.
Oh,
Glass and porcelain chickens.
glass-eyed, very rare dolls
Santa
and
stuff,
miniatures. She
All
had
the
like
Santa stuff.
a tiny miniature Bible. Like you could actually, if you got a magnifying glass out, could read.
So that's about it on that. Let's do this. Let's talk about weird stuff we've seen in stores.
Like curiosity shops?
Yeah, just anywhere. I was in Gatlinburg as a kid, excuse me. And I remember, and everybody knows what these are. Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Smoky Mountains. And who's the
I've
chick?
never been.
The blonde with the big cans. Dolly. She used to look like her in like the 70s and 80s when we'd go to Gatlinburg. You know, you see these women. But anyway.
Who you go with? Your family, your parents?
Family, parents, on the dad's business, you know, go see whatever. And so, no, what's funny is you get little shops. And there was this place, it was near the Acorn Knife Company. But downstairs was like a gift shop, kind of like a Spencer's.
Mm-hmm.
They had these fucking lighters, man, and they had it was crazy. They had magic tricks and everything. I brought my magic tricks into the shop and was showing people. And the guy was like, hold on, let me show you this. And I'm like, we kind of had a magic dance-off. But, you know, and I had, and I could do, you know what I mean? Like, I was that young enough where I was like, no, this dude is not going to up me. I don't care if he's got a whole fucking store, you know what I mean? My thing, they had these fucking lighters. There was on these chains, and they just put them in a shoebox. And they had lighters, $8.99.
What?
Or back in the day, it was maybe what $8.99? Maybe it was $2.99. It was like.
Could you buy them?
Yeah, but here's the thing: as soon as you hit it, it was a fucking 2 AA batteries. It was like one of those flameless ones, but it wasn't. As soon as you mashed down that, you had to really tear into the spring.
Mm-hmm.
It would lock into place, and you would shock all through your hand. I mean, it was like you touched an outlet.
Prank lighters.
It would make, and they put it right by the front, by the door where you walk out.
Sure. So
and
everyone
the
tries
cable
it.
was because people would fucking fling it and it would go outside and pop the side of the building and dangle in like a set of keys.
Sure.
And then every once in a while the girl would hop down and go by and laugh and put it back in the box.
I see. You know, my family used to vacation in the Northwoods up in Hayward, Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
And they have curiosity shops, Hallmark shops, all those little shops, Main Street shops. It was a resort town. They had like some of the weirdest crap available to purchase. They had a cigar shop there at one time.
Yeah. Oh, cigars and taffy. That's what Gatlinburg is.
Oh, yeah. They have
Smoke
a candy shop.
Taffy, yeah.
Yep, they had a candy shop there where they made their own taffy and they did their own fudge and all that stuff.
The fudge thing's a weird one.
Yeah. And
the
then
saltwater taffy's kind of gross.
Yeah, there was a competing
Sorry, Gatlinburg.
candy maker in town, and she was just as good.
Yeah.
So it's like a horse apiece. There's so much stuff we can find that's bizarre and interesting.
How bizarre. Fake news.
Yeah, China.
He's like, China. He's like, really? Uh-huh. Yeah, well, you know what? You were fake news.
All over the United States.
Right. Oh, yeah, baby. You traveled everywhere.
I don't have a lot of knick-knacky crap here, but I can see how it gets out of control. Do you think I have a lot of knick-knack? You're laughing at me right now.
I'm not laughing. I'm agreeing with you abundantly.
No. Tell me what I have that's like you think's ridiculous.
Yeah, this is an awesome segue.
No. This is no argument. I just want to.
No fights. No fights.
No fights over it.
No
Promise.
fights. No fightsies. No fightsies.
No fights and no
fightsies.
throwing in the face later.
No throwsies. No throwsies. No fightsies.
We don't bring it up again.
That's called no throwsies. No fightsies.
Mm-hmm. I got it.
Whatever, lady.
So what kind of knick-knack shit do I have around here that
actually got you going? I have no idea. I didn't even think about it.
Oh.
I was like watching you spin. As you just
You're
did.
You're so lying to me right now.
Promise you. Come on, knickknacks? Honey, there's not a flat surface you don't love.
I don't have a lot of crap, though.
There's not a flat surface you don't love.
Yeah, but it's strategically, like, placed candles.
Again, it's still a flat surface
and shit like that.
You will love it.
It's not like, I don't have, like, Tweety Bird figurines or any Black Bear figurines, little ballet dancers or
Yet.
porcelain dolls. I don't have any of that crap.
Yet.
I don't have any,
not
like...
everything happens... What about if you inherit something?
I don't suspect that that's going to happen.
Well, I mean, stranger things have happened.
I am about 98% certain on that.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's always good to be ahead of the game, right?
Well, that's fine.
This candle keeps going out.
Crap in it. Not hoarder style. She wasn't a hoarder. She just, like, never did anything after her husband passed away 10 years earlier. So she lived in that house by herself for 10 years, never really doing anything, going anywhere, no family. And when she passed away, they just found all of this, like, really odds and end type crap. And they had no family members. And that was what made me think about some of the crap that my grandma has in her house. And,
and that's the thing, too. You just reminded me of a story of a lady. I don't know. Maybe I've told you about this. My mom has the remains of a lady she worked with. Really?
That's weird.
Oh, yeah.
That's really, really weird.
Oh, it gets weird. So, anyway...
Why does your mom have the remains of someone she worked with?
I'm glad you asked, Shannon.
Okay, great.
Because we're getting ready to go deep in the cheese.
I'm dying to know now.
So you're dying to get up in the cheddar about
Yes.
it? All right, well, here we go. All right, this is a deep in the cheese kind of story that requires an up in the cheddar attention.
Okay, tell the story. Fable master.
Exactly. So, in the beginning. Anyway, so it was the ladies my mom worked with. She literally, my mom said, lived and looked like the pigeon lady from Home Alone. Literally.
Okay.
She didn't smell very nice. She was a nice lady. But she would work odd and end shifts at this place of business where my mom worked. Mm-hmm. Okay, so...
What kind of business was it?
I don't really want to say.
Okay, okay.
Just for identity, because I never know. So the lady one time started kind of, getting friends with my mom. And, somehow... It started my mom and her... She asked her to, take her, because she couldn't drive. Something happened. That's what it was. Took her dog to the vet. Had all this surgery and work done. Surgery on its, this was my mom said it was $10,000, $12,000, $13,000 surgeries. And she knew her dog had been, recovering. Well, that's what it was. So, and she was paying someone to watch the dog while she worked. Which my mom didn't understand why. But whether she didn't go to work, I think that's when something or another. It's just weird. So I'm getting all fumbled up. My mom took her to go the dog for a checkup. When they were checking out, she was like, "Oh, hey, Miss such and such, you have a balance in your account. The doctor just want to let you know." She goes, okay. And she just wrote a check, and the whole thing was $18,000. And she just hands the girl the check. And at the thing, and my mom was kind of like, yeah. And she goes, "All right, you have a nice day." And she goes, "Is that it?" She goes, "Yep, all right." She was just like, "All right, Mrs. Such and Such." They took the dog, and my mom was like, "Okay, that's not normal."
Right.
This is back in an $18,000 check. She didn't even get on the phone to the bank. She didn't have something. She says, "Thank you."
Wow, that's weird. I don't think I've ever seen someone write a personal check that large.
And, in the 90s.
Well... Me personally, I do everything credit or whatever.
Right, what I'm saying is, but even in the 90s, for an old lady.
Yeah.
And my mom goes, okay, so my mom she met her, something I think that was, I guess she got right to work with the dog, and then my mom was going to take her to the vet and take her home, that's what it was. She wanted to know where she lived. Because my mom was starting to be friends with her. So, I don't know how they got there, but anyway, my mom got there, she said she was like a hoarder. There was shit everywhere. She doesn't throw any newspapers away. And she lived in a part of the city it's not cheap, but it's not poor. You know what I mean? It's not the ghetto.
It was once very nice, but now it's more middle class.
But it's a private doorman type. I don't want to give it away, but
okay.
But it was downtown in the city. But her apartment was just whoa. Before there was Hoarders, right? Before the episode was on A&E, or whatever channel that's on. But anyway, my saying is and so my mom was like, well, okay. She goes, everything was clean. There was just a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. Everything was pretty clean, she said. She just dressed like she said, the bag lady from Home Alone. But and her dog was eating and stuff like that. And she looked in the freezer and the refrigerator. And it was stocked with all red meat that was so expensive. No, so expensive. From the supermarkets. And my mom was like, whoa. And she had it all. She had a guy that's back in the butchers, the grocery store chains. It was all bite-sized pieces, and she bought it in bulk. A bright red prime rib, but the best cuts of meat.
For her dog?
And for her dog, yeah. She would eat cat food almost. My mom said she would eat cabbage and this and that, blah, blah, right.
Weird.
Right. So mom...
How did we get to the part where your mom has her remains?
Well, that's when they became friends over
Okay.
time. So when she passed away... Mm-hmm. Well, my mom's first year, I think my mom said she met her. She was helping her do her taxes, or she came across some paperwork while going through some stuff. Because this lady had 2 sons. One was a surgeon. The other one was, I shouldn't say, but the other one was in a different line of work.
Okay.
Different cities, different states. But had no family. No grandkids, no husband. But turns out she was a retired tax attorney for some people. A retired tax attorney. From Chicago.
Weird.
From Chicago.
Right.
And she had paid the year before in taxes $200,000 or something. She wrote a check. And when she died, Mom said she had about $16 million in the bank account, in her banks there locally. And her sons came in town and everything. And
why didn't they want her remains?
It got weird. His son started coming around. She died after, I don't know if she had started talking to him or the sons, because my mom was trying to help connect them again. Mm-hmm. And then they just came in and found out and got everything. She'd been saving all of this shit, all these investments, everything. Not 16 million. Maybe it was she had 16 million in investments. She had more money than she could ever spend. Right. Weird. Crazy story, huh?
Yeah.
And it just like literally was a bag, and she would eat, like my mom's like, you don't. She would do bottles. She would return bottles and caps. She had coupons. She would take her grocery shopping. A nice lady. I can remember meeting her, but I don't really remember what she looked like. I just remember she had this image, like
the Home Alone
bag lady, home lady. Yeah, the pigeon lady. Yeah.
Pigeon lady. Yeah.
Or like, yeah.
And it's Christmas time, so Home Alone is totally a Christmas movie. But
right.
Anyway, I just, there's so much craziness going on in the world. And we hope that when you sit down and listen to us while you're working or while you're driving, that
don't wreck.
we can.
Sorry.
We can say we took your mind off of your own mundane stuff.
Yeah.
For just a little bit.
Talk about crazy stuff.
Usually we're funnier, at least we think we are.
We're just trying to. This is kind of a retrospective episode.
Yeah.
Very reflective.
We're always going to be very conversational, so we'd love to hear back from anyone who's listening. Any kind of comments or suggestions, topic suggestions, we'd love.
Or our parents say questions, comments, slide remarks.
Yeah. Stay tuned to hear about this podcast's cheese of the day.
Cheese of the day.
It's the Amish Frolic cheese. I actually do want to try that.
It's good.
After reading about it. Okay, so hang on, listen to that. Follow us, listen to us, write to us. We hope to hear from you. It's deep in the cheese.
And up in the cheddar. All right, hello everybody, and welcome to Deep in the Cheese and Up in the Cheddar's daily cheese you need to know about. This is an Amish Frolic, made from unpasteurized cow's milk, United States, from Milford, New Jersey. It's a hard artisan. It's flaky and open. The rind is natural. Color is pale yellow. So kind of got a grassy, nutty, sweet taste. Grassy aroma. Not vegetarian. And its producers are the Bobolink Dairy. Now that dairy is a collaboration with 3 Amish farmers. Makes this cheese from raw milk of 100% grass-fed herds. The cheese is only available in certain months because the dairy animals graze outdoors and eating grass or milk is seasonal. The texture is hard, in which its rich and beefy flavor is not for the light-hearted. It was a grassy, complex, yet subtle flavor, which goes well with red wines, hearty ales, cider, and crusty bread. Frolic grates well and is excellent in salads, pestos, or on its own. And everything about the cheese you can eat. And that's always a good thing. Once again, thanks for listening to Deep in the Cheese and Up in the Cheddar. And that's the cheese of the day. Amish Frolic.